do is go through some examples and look at options. And I think I have 3 examples here. So the first one, Citicorp sells a call option on euros at a premium of 4 cents per euro. If the exercise price is 0.91 and the spot price of the euro at expiration is 0.93, what is Citigroup's profit or loss on the option? So basically here, we are looking at a payoff. We can use the same equation, and then we can see what happens. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know why, but I always prefer to look at the buyer, and then I can change the sign to figure out what happens to the seller. Okay? So that's one way to do that, but whatever you're comfortable with, you can do that. So in this case, what do you think is going to happen? So what happens as far as the buyer is concerned? So is he going to exercise or not? He will exercise it because at the end, the exchange rate is 0.93 and the strike price is 0.91. So as far as the buyer is concerned, he can buy the euro for 91 cents while the market price is 93. Okay? So that's what you see here. You want to look at the formula. So what it tells you is maximum of 0 and the spot exchange rate minus the strike price minus the call premium. We look at the buyer. So here the exercise price is 0.91. The market price is 0.93. Minus the call premium, that is 4 cents. So basically here, the call premium is 4 cents. So how much does the buyer make or lose? The buyer loses 2 cents because here he made 2 cents by exercising, but he paid 4 cents initially. So here, for the buyer, the loss is 2 cents. Okay? Now, what it tells you is that each contract is for 500,000 euros. Okay? So you can basically multiply this by 500,000 to find out the actual profit, okay, or loss. So total profit or loss so that is going to be 500,000 times negative 0.02. So that is going to be the loss of $10,000. Okay? So we are looking at Citicorp. Citicorp sold this call option. So basically, what it tells you is that they will make a profit of $10,000. Okay? So what the buyer makes, the seller will lose, and vice versa. So basically here, what you find is that as far as Citicorp is concerned, Citicorp makes a profit of $10,000. That's what you get in this case. Your question? You okay? We'll go to the next one. Okay, so the next one, Apex Corporation must pay its Japanese supplier 125 million yen in 3 months. It is thinking of buying 20 yen call options. The contract size is 6.25 million at a strike price of 0.0080 in order to protect against the risk of a rising yen. The premium is 0.015 cents per yen. What is the gain or loss on the options position if the contract is settled at 0.0079? What is the profit and loss if the contract is settled at 0.0085? So they give you 2 numbers. You want to figure out the profit or loss. Now, there's a chance you might get some in the exam. One thing you want to be very careful about, especially when you look at a question like this, is that in this case, the strike price of the option is in dollars. Okay? The strike price and the spot exchange rate, they are given to you in dollars. At the same time, the option premium is in cents. Okay? So as when you apply the formula, you want to make sure you express everything in dollars. Okay? So here, the price of the car is given as 0.015 cents per unit. You want to divide that by 100 so that it's consistent, it is in dollars. So that is a mistake sometimes that people make. And I can tell you that the chance, you might get a question like this, where you might have to do something similar when you care. Okay, so what we see here is that the first case, what is the profit gain or loss of the options position? The contract is settled at 0.0079. So what do you think will happen here at 0.0079? You make any money or you lose money? So will you exercise or not? That's the question. Yeah? What is it? You will not exercise because here the strike price is 0.0080 and the market price is 0.0079. Okay? So what we see here is that the market price is 0.0079 and the strike price is 0.0080. So intuitively, it means that you would pay more if you exercise. So rather than exercise, you just walk away, which basically means that you will lose the option premium. Okay? So what is the option premium? So here, loss is going to be, so what is the size? You have 20 yen call options and the contract size is 6.25 million, or if you look at the total size, that's 125 million yen. Okay? So the loss is going to be the 125 million yen times the premium that you pay, and here the premium is 0.015. So what do you get? So basically here, you lose 80, you're going to lose 18,750. So the price you pay for the option, that is 18,750, you will lose that money. Now, the second part, is okay? You have a question? No? You should? So the second part, part B, what is the profit and loss if the contract is settled at 0.0085? What do you think? So at 0.0085, do you exercise or not? You will exercise, isn't it? Because in this case, the strike price is 0.0080, which means that it's going to be profitable to exercise. Okay? So you will exercise, and here, on a per unit basis, what we find here is, what is your profit or loss? So that is going to be maximum of 0 and 0.0085. Yeah, what do you think? Okay, so 0.0085 minus 0.0080 minus the call premium. And the call premium was that's right, yeah. And on a per basis, this is what you get. So how much do you lose here? What is the answer here? It's a very small amount. I don't know what if you do that, what do you get? 0.0085. Okay, that's going to be 0.0005. That's what you get here.
0.0085
that's a very small number, 0.00035. And the loss, if you look at this, that is going to be times 0.00035. What do you get? 43,750? That's what you get? Okay, so the answer you get, sorry, the loss of profit, yeah? 43,750. So basically here, you're going to make a profit of 43,750. Thanks.
What is the 125? Is the contract 6.25?
Okay, what I did was, there are two ways I could do it. I can take the 20 contracts, multiply it by 6.25. Okay? So that gives you the 125. Okay? Maybe step by step I could have done that, but basically it gives you the same answer because the total amount is 125. Okay, the next one talks about another company. Biogen expects to receive royalty payments totaling 1.25 million pounds next month. It is interested in protecting these receipts against a drop in the value of the pound. It can sell 30-day pound futures at a price of 1.6512 per pound, or it can buy pound put options with a strike price of 1.6612 at a premium of 2 cents per pound. The spot price of the pound is currently 1.6560, and the pound is expected to reach 1.64 in 30 days. How many futures contracts will Biogen need to protect the receipts? How many options contracts? What is Biogen's break-even futures price on the option, future spot price of the option contract on the futures contract? So basically here, we want to look at, basically the payoff pattern to see what is happening. Okay? So the main difference here is that we're talking about an accounts receivable. Okay? So basically for Biogen, they are receiving money, and when you receive money, you have a couple of choices. You could either sell a futures contract or you can buy a put option. So both of them are strategies that companies do. So as far as the number of futures contracts, how many contracts do you need? You don't have enough information? So let's say the size of each contract is 125,000 pounds. So how many contracts do you need? 10, isn't it? So the size is 125, that would be 10. So number of contracts needed so that would be the amount received divided by the size of each contract. So the amount they are receiving is 1.25 million pounds. So the size of each contract actually is 62,500. Okay, so clearly, as far as the exam is concerned, I'll give you the size. We don't have to worry about the size of the contract. We will clearly state the size of each contract. So the size is 62,500. You need 20 contracts. Okay? So in both cases, the number of contracts needed is the same. What is the difference? In the case of the options, you will buy 20 put options. Okay? In the case of the futures contracts, you will sell 20 futures contracts. So that is the basic difference. You are positioned in the options market. So you can buy put options or you can sell futures contracts. Okay? Now, what is Biogen's break-even future spot price on the options contract? So based upon what we talked about regarding the payoff, what do you think would be the break-even price? So you can either use the formula that is maximum of 0, K minus S minus P. Okay? So that gives you the break even. And here that is 0 and the strike price $1.6612 minus input premium, that is 0.02. So when does it become 0? So basically this becomes 0 at a price of 1.6412. Or we could take the formula and we can show that the spot exchange rate is going to be 1.6612 minus 0.02. That gives you 1.6412. So that is what we need to do to figure out the price. You can also look at the graph. So if you look at the graph, this is 1.6612, and what we see here is he loses 2 cents up to so this tells you the break even. So the break even is going to be 1.6612 minus the 2 cents. So as far as the break even of the futures, what do you think? What is the break even? There's nothing like that. When the spot exchange rate is 1.6512, you break even. If it goes below, you make profits. If it goes above, you lose. Now, I think this is pretty much the last material before we talk about chapter 11, but I just want to take the same example and want to compare the futures with the options to show what happens here. Okay? So what I'd like to do is, rather than these two numbers, I want to take the same strike price of the option for the futures contract. So if you look at the futures contract, what it says here is that the strike price is 1.6512. So we can look at the case where we are buying the futures. I don't know why, but it's a little more easier to explain things if you buy the futures contract. Okay? So if you buy the futures contract, this is what you see, 1.6512. And let's say rather than receive money, you're making a payment. This is what you see, 1.6512. As the exchange rate goes up, you make profits. As the exchange rate goes down, you lose money. Okay? Now, let's compare that with a call option, okay? Where the strike price is again 1.6512, and the premium, let's assume it's the same 2 cents. Okay? So that's what we want to do. So the call, K equals 0.02, and the call premium is, K equals 1.6512, and the call premium is 0.02. So when we compare the futures with the options, what happens? So what we see here is that as the exchange rate goes up, so as the exchange rate goes up, buying the call option gives you the same payoffs as the futures contract, minus the call premium. So basically here, you pay 2 cents, you're going to be below the performance of the futures contract by the 2 cents. Okay? Now what happens at 1.6512? At 1.6512, okay, you will be down by 2 cents. Okay? But the benefit is that when you buy the options contract, after that, let's say it goes to 1.6, the person of the futures contract is going to lose 5 cents. As far as you are concerned, you lose only 2 cents. Okay, so that is the big difference when you compare the futures contract with the options contract. So the big difference here is that, as we said before, it talks about the basic difference between the futures contract and the options contract. So in the case of the futures contract, you have the right, but you also have the obligation. So that's why we're saying your profits are symmetrical. It goes up with the losses. As it goes down, you lose money. On the other hand, when you look at the options, the profits are not symmetrical with the losses. So the profits are very similar to the case of the futures. On the other hand, the losses are limited to the premium that you pay. Okay, so that is the big difference that you see when you compare the futures contract with the options contract.
You don't pay a premium on the futures, right?
No, that's why. Okay, so the reason why you don't pay is mainly because you don't have much flexibility. And your losses and profits are symmetrical. Okay, we'll take a small break. 5 minutes is good. And then you can come back. So you need to print out. So maybe I'll give you a little more time, 7, 8 minutes. Because chapter 11, if you don't have that, okay, it should be on my courses. You want to print out, come back, I'll wait for 10 minutes. Okay? Yeah. It's not there? No, I think it's below, okay? I added one more. It's not as part of chapter 1. It says D52. I can show you. You can stop it.